Lincoln Mitchell, how y'all doing? Spikes. Let's talk about spikes in the market. People, this is probably one of the most important videos I have ever made. So please pay very close attention. I'm going to really let you in on a lot of secrets here. These long spikes, most time these spikes happen or during news time, or they happen during opening sessions, economical events, things like that, and sometimes even your quarterly reports. But what are they really made for, people? I'm going to help you out on spikes. I remember me and a guy got into not an argument, but a debate. The first thing he said was, the market just does these two things. It fill orders and it's trigger stop losses. Yes and no. And I know somebody will say, why would I say yes and no? Most of the time, most of y'all don't know what's going on anyway. So the market doesn't have to trigger your stop losses. It doesn't, it really doesn't have to fill your stop orders. The market, it took me a long time to realize this. I was in a trade, right? I was in a trade, and I'm going to use this as an example. And I'm just using this example. Y'all know I like using real trades. The market dropped down right here, right? So you know what happened? Everybody bought it. Or let's use this one. Let's use this one here. This one right here. So the market dropped down right there. You know what happened? Everybody started buying it. But I knew it was going to keep going. And I watched the orders on my futures just really spike up. I'm like, why is everybody thinking it's going up? It's going down, and it just kept dropping. Well, the reason why I said that, because the market really doesn't have to do most of this. I do agree with some of y'all. I think it does have something to do with this, but it really doesn't have to. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's not the main purpose of why the market does spikes. It's really not to fill orders or to fill stop losses. Most of y'all don't, like I said, most of y'all don't even know, so it really don't matter. The next thing it does is, this is where I come into play. This market changes your setups. So when you have, let's use this. Let me see if I can find a sandwich technique. Let's see if I can find a failed sandwich technique. And I can't find one. Okay. So let's just use this right here. This market is going down. Then all of a sudden it spiked up. Then it starts spiking. Now what it just did was, instead of this sandwich technique coming down for that fourth candle, it has changed the dynamics of that setup. That setup is going the wrong way. Now that setup is not as strong as you thought it was. Which brings us to the next one, which is this one. It changes the trend. Now, Lincoln, how can it change the trend? Now, the market changes the trend if the spikes are real big. So let's say a daily and a weekly, or let's say a daily, a 4-hour, and a 6-hour time frame. In order for that to change the directions and change the setups, it has to really, really spike. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why some of those market moves, some of those spikes are so huge. They're huge because they need to change the setups on the higher time frames, people, and they need to change the trend. To change the trend of a daily candle, you need a big spike. Now, the 15 and 30, good size, but not as big. When you start getting into 4 and 6 and 8-hour setups and 8-hour trends, you need a big spike, people. That's why those spikes do that. If let's say, for instance, the Chicago session wanted to change directions, right? The Chicago session, no, we don't want to go down. We want to go up. But all the charts are reading down. They need a big spike to change that, to change the setups and to change the directions. That spike can't be small. It has to be huge. Now, if they say, hey, we just want to temporarily go and change the setups, but not the trend, then they might just do a spike big enough to be able to change the 15, the 5, the 10, and things like that. They want the trend to stay the same, so that spike is not going to be as big. Now, the very most important thing, and I have researched this next one, researched it and researched it and researched it left and right, people. The very big thing that the market does, people, is trigger prices. I'm going to show you something. And this is the reason why I chose Euro Yen. When this market spikes, there are prices all over this board. There's prices here, prices there, prices over here. Now, when the market spikes, it needs to trigger that for their market movers. It does. Trust me, I'm telling you, I've been watching this for years now. So in order for that to happen, that's what those spikes are for. Now, here's the problem that everybody fails to realize. And I'm about to give y'all a big giant nugget right here. Now, let's use this spike. This is a huge spike right here. So I'm going to do a huge spike. Oh, I need to go right there. Now, oh, that's the wrong one. I want to go to this one right here. I want to go to this spike right here. So I want to go here, right to this candle and to the bottom of this one. So I'm going to show y'all something very, very important here. Now, once you see a spike like this, right there. Now, once the spike went up like this and went down like that, every price behind here has been triggered. Every price. Every price. So in order for this market to find a new price that's lower, it's going to have to get way down here somewhere. The market has to get way down here. I'm telling you, people, I've been watching it. That's probably the reason why I kept going up. Because from once this spike did this, all the prices from this place on has been triggered. You still got prices up here. You still got prices here, prices here. You still got prices right there. You still got prices right there. But finding these prices is a whole nother ball game. But these are the reason why the market spikes, people. Let me see. Let's go back to this. To fill orders, to hit stop losses, to change the setups, to change the trend, and the most important is to trigger those prices. People, the market is based on movement of prices. I don't know why every time I see what you call those things, man, any kind of formal trade rooms, comments, quotes, y'all always get away from price. The market is built on price. That's what it's built on. The rest of these are just formalities to feed into this one. I don't know why people don't get that. You know what I'm saying? So when people call me and they reach out to me and they say, hey, Lincoln, help me recruit my money back, the first thing I do is what? Everybody who's reached out to me, I would tell you a price, don't I? Anybody who reached out to me, the first thing I say, this is your price you need to be looking for. I don't say, oh, man, watch out for this doji. Watch out for this engulfing candle. Watch out for this three black crows, white soldiers, even star. You never heard that come out my mouth. What I would tell you is watch out for this price. That's what I would tell you each and every time. The main part to the market, people, is this here. This is the main part right here. That is the main part. The rest are just formalities feeding up to this. That's it. The market doesn't have to trick you as bad as you think it do, man. Trust me, it don't. Lincoln Mitchell, that's it.